Good soup. Joining me in a week in my life. Opposite schedules, sickness, solo parenting. Low-key insane. This is what my truck looks like. I could feel it meant to be coming. Just keeping it real is something that's been really hard for me to learn as a mom. But since I will be having this baby right around mid-May, it's been a long week. Is this gonna focus? Good morning. It is Monday morning. Lennon is taking a nap, and I figured I would take you through an unscripted, very casual week in our life. We are going to be having a bit of an unusual week. Colton is working swing shift this week. So I wanted to take you guys through the week with us as we kind of experience something a bit unusual. There's been quite a bit of a slow start to our day. That's pretty typical for us on any given day, but especially on Mondays, I tend to try to take it really easy this day. We're recovering from the weekend. We definitely were busy this last weekend. Did a bit of rearranging with the equines and hung out with friends and family all weekend. Weston's here with me playing in his kitchen. Now we're ready to get back to real life and take care of this house. Oh, you made me some, is this soup?
Yeah.
Oh. Good soup. Are you awake? Anyways, let's get on with the rest of our day. I honestly did not expect this week to go the way that it did. It hit me harder than usual. I was extremely tired. I was very sore. And by the time Thursday rolled around, I found myself running on fumes. It doesn't help that by then everyone was starting to get sick and we hadn't really realized it yet. By Thursday, I end up acknowledging a part of my motherhood journey that I think a lot of you would relate to. Come along with me and I'll show you what I mean. Now that Lennon has woken up from her nap, now we're really gonna get our day started. On these days where I'm a little bit more tired and feeling like I need to rest, I really try to take my mornings into nap time to get rest. And I know that that isn't something that works for everybody, and in different seasons of life I am definitely up and doing things while one or both kids nap. Weston isn't much of a napper anymore, so now we have just transitioned into quiet time. He is almost 4, so it's pretty age appropriate. Hey, listen, we're gonna get our day started and we're gonna start cleaning up. So go pick up all your kitchen items and take them back to your kitchen. Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Hannah and I love sharing our journey, whether it is motherhood, homesteading, or the simple intentional ways that we're building our life. Today, I am bringing you along through what a week in our life actually looks like, and despite the change in schedule for my husband, our days tend to look just like what you will see here in this video. What you will see today is not the heavily cleaned up version of life at homesteading that you often see portrayed on social media. You're not going to see a spotless house or a perfectly put together version of me, but in between the endless laundry, the mud-caked boots on the porch, and the chaos of getting through my days with little ones underfoot, soaking up every last moment that make this life worth it. So grab your coffee, particularly your cold one that you need to reheat for the millionth time today if you're anything like me, and let's dive into this messy but meaningful week together. Before we can move on with our day, there's always the daunting task of getting everyone dressed in their layers. If you follow me on any other platforms, you know how passionate I am about wool, especially as a base layer. My youngest here, she is wearing full on wool from her base layer to her outer layer. And here I am rocking my holy cashmere sweater and my 23-week belly bump date. There's always something around here. What happened, honey? Everything definitely takes a little longer these days, especially doing the laundry, as you saw this morning. Savvy, what you got? These right here, these are my favorite kind of moments. The simple ones, the ones I know that I'll miss the most when they're older. Uncomplicated, unhurried, and just us hanging out and being together here on the farm. Let's go make sure everybody has plenty of food, plenty of water. I'm gonna leave the trailer for another day. The horses, food and water is good, so as long as the kids allow me, I'm gonna stay out here and clean up. We officially are down to 3 sheep and 1 goat. I have them on a dry lot for the winter and it needs some cleaning up. Let's just let them out while I'm cleaning because she's gonna be in here with me. He's a sweet boy, but I don't trust boy animals with nuts. Okay, I don't think cleaning up all of the hay is in the cards, but let's at least move all these Christmas trees out that they didn't want to eat. The kids are starting to get cranky and it's just about time to get started on more inside chores and dinner. If I take a chill, relaxing afternoon during nap time, I try to reset my house at night, and then bedtime just seems to drag on forever and ever and ever and ever. If you are someone who solo parents often, or you are a single parent, I just want to give a minute to give you a quick shout out because, man, I have to do these nights alone a lot, but this many days in a row, it's rough. Good morning. It's 9:19. Tuesday definitely had its ups and downs. We woke up pretty tired and cranky this morning, but I was able to revive my gluten-free sourdough starter, get some yummy breakfast out on the table. I didn't record a lot this day, mostly due to my own exhaustion and knowing that we would have a busy rest of the week, but also because big emotions are hard. They're hard for the kids to feel and for me to hold space for, especially when I'm already running on empty. The hardest days are the ones that feel super long, where there's no structure, no flow, and you're just in straight survival mode until everyone's finally asleep. Not at all comparable to the beautiful, long, slow days where everyone is kind of in a flow and in a rhythm and our days just seem to go by nicely. It's crazy how these days could go by so slow yet so fast at the same time. We got back from story time, Lennon's napping. I was able to transfer her to her own bed, kind of relax, get some lunch. My body is really sore. I took a pretty nasty fall last night while feeding the dogs in the dark, so my body is really sore today. I'm probably gonna go take some more magnesium, but in order to kind of try to combat that a little bit, we're gonna do some stretching. And this isn't something that I'm just doing for the camera or for the vlog. This is something that I started implementing right before I got pregnant. The kids and I started stretching like 3 to 5 times a week. Here lately it's been closer to like 3 days a week, but the kids call it their workout. They do like a fun little kids workout and I get my stretching in. So I have yet to go out and do farm chores for the day. After Lena wakes up, we are going to go out and get some stuff done outside. I did want to make sure and let you guys know that I am okay after that little tumble that I took. It took me a couple days to recover from that, and then we moved straight into getting sick. So it didn't get very long, but I am doing all right now. You guys are acting like I never fed you this morning. I know I did. I think I might be finally making some headway on drying her off. She should be pregnant and having babies mid-April. I'd ideally like to have her dried off by the end of February so that she can have a break. That's how much I got today. Probably end up being about 2 cups.
You have a vibration.
So precious. So that is more or less my daily chores. I usually try to throw out a whole bale at a time into that feeder right there. But with how sore I am, I've just been throwing them flakes, especially because Bullseye isn't completely used to our hay yet. Other than that, I just have to check waters every day, not having to clean them daily anymore because we don't have the geese. So collecting eggs, bring the milk inside, filter the milk, and then later, once it gets darker, I'll come out and feed the dogs. I just came into the kitchen to this. With how little sleep I got, and then with that nasty fall, I am running on fumes today. Let's do a relaxing bath with some red light. I got my hair oil mask in. Start listening to my Christian hypnobirthing. I have 23 weeks in a couple days. I did not take my birth prep as seriously with my second because my first went so smoothly. If anything, I needed my birth prep more in my second labor. Admittedly, I was very intimidated by switching to cast iron and stainless steel for cooking in my kitchen, but look at that beautiful cast iron after frying up my eggs. It does a fabulous job. I feel like some days I do really good at taking my whole prenatal, and other days I only end up taking half of it because it is 8 capsules a day. I'm not gonna take 8 capsules at once. I'll take half with lunch, and then I'll take half with dinner usually, but sometimes I forget. Honestly, my magnesium is always my priority more than anything because your girl cannot survive without some magnesium. Making from scratch meals and staples in the home has definitely become something that has been a priority in our family as far as working on our health goes. So I was wondering if you wanted any of my next videos to be maybe what I eat in a day, what we eat in a week, things that I eat when I'm pregnant, things that I feed my toddlers. Let me know. Good morning. I'm so tired this week. While I have some quiet time, I'm going to read my Bible, spend some time with God, and if I have a little bit of extra time after that, I'm going to get up and start resetting this house because I did not get to reset last night. I was just way too exhausted. Lately, I have been in a season where I am reconnecting with my faith and with God. I'm learning that serving my family well means that I have to be filled up first. And for me, that is looking like this. This isn't something that I've shared publicly, so I, more than anything, am sharing this for accountability. But putting it here on the internet and saying out loud makes me more likely to actually follow through. Gosh. Our power bill in the winter is low-key insane. You know, I could easily cut this out and not show the ugly parts of life that people don't show on social media because, you know, everything's a highlight reel and everything's fake. But this is what my truck looks like after trips back and forth to the west side. We are getting out of this house because the children decided to take a whole bag of bread and spread it across the entire house, flaking little crumbs everywhere, and yeah. At the risk of my kids waking up as we have this conversation, taking a little car nap in the parking lot before we run in and grab a couple groceries, I wanted to reflect on this week so far and this morning especially. This morning, wow, I could feel a meant to be coming. I could feel it coming all morning. With the hours that Colton is working this week, it is mostly a solo parenting week. Basically, he wakes up in the mornings, gets himself ready to go, and he's immediately out the door before he goes to work. So I'm always deeply exhausted when I'm pregnant, but something about parenting toddlers while you're pregnant just adds a whole new level, as you can imagine. It doesn't help that here in Washington State, we are in a perpetual state of cold and gray. Now, I will say, living here on the east side, we do get a lot more sunshine than normal, which helps so much, but doesn't stop the seasonal blues from settling in on these really dark, gloomy days. As you can tell by my hat, I never got to finish my little self-care routine that I wanted to do so badly last night. I wanted to take an everything shower and never got a chance to do that. So here I am on day 4 of no showering, just keeping it real and honest with y'all. Finding the time to take care of myself when I have so much that demands my attention is something that's been really hard for me to learn as a mom. And I know that we live in an era of like self-care, 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 and I don't buy into the toxic self-care culture where we have to overconsume in order to take care of ourselves. And while I agree that simply taking a shower and doing things that we need to in order to take care of ourselves, such as eating a full plate of food or taking a shower. For so long, I've just become a martyr to motherhood, and everything I do, I was determined to be the good mom, to be the best I can be for my child, for my children. And to the point where I let myself suffer in a lot of things. Now, granted, I've struggled with my health. Things out of my control happen, and to the point where I just go long periods of time without brushing my teeth or taking a shower or doing things to take care of myself. And it doesn't serve you or anyone else in your life when you become a martyr to motherhood in that way. I think that there's like 2 opposite ends of the spectrum, and nobody can really respectfully meet in the middle. There's like this take care of yourself, get out of the house, you have to leave your children in order to be a good mom. And then there's the opposite, which is you have to spend all the time with your children, do everything for them and coddle to them and never take care of yourself and put them first. I think we really need to find a balance, realizing that without taking care of yourself, without taking care of mom, how are you supposed to take care of the people and the things in your life that need tending to? As moms, we are naturally the nurturers, the ones who quote unquote kind of keep the home and the peace and the family together. We're the glue of the home, if you will. So taking care of yourself and making sure that you let others in your life take care of you is really, really important. I wasn't even planning on going off on that tangent, but here we are. We are about to have a crazy busy day, but I am getting ready now to head to the dentist. The fact that I have been able to keep up with vlogging this week is honestly a testament to how committed I am to this. Well, this is how we are ending our Friday. We spent the majority of the day running around doing errands, and since Costco is about an hour away, we spent the rest of our day going to Costco and getting some groceries. But unfortunately, this video is already too long, and if I added this Costco grocery haul into it, it would be another 20 minutes. So let's move on to Saturday. We are finally to the weekend, and look at this beautiful sunshine. Colton took the kids outside, so I got a minute to catch up here inside the house. We made it to Saturday afternoon. It has been a long week. I am thankful to have made it to the weekend. The kids are unfortunately getting a little sick. They both have a cough, runny noses. So far, that's all it's been for a couple days. So they're outside getting some sunshine and some fresh air, hopefully getting those nasties out. Take you along through the afternoon of a little bit of homemaking, and hopefully by the time Lennon is ready to go back on the nap, we will be ready to go outside and get some afternoon chores done as well. All right, we're gonna do a taste test on the watermelon from Costco. I am very picky about out of season fruit. Fruit that's not in season just doesn't taste right to me. I can tell that it's artificially ripened, whatever. But the middle pieces aren't so bad. Tastes like watermelon. Not the best I've ever had. In case you didn't know this about me, I am the queen of snack lunches. As my kids are getting older, I've found that I can't do it as much anymore. But on these busy days, throwing together something quick is super important. Mimi's horsey? Yeah. The sheep are so happy to be out in pasture right now. Oh my gosh. Colton must have let them all out so he could work on their feeder. Look at these guys. Here is one of our projects for today. Colton built this feeder for the sheep to be able to have access to hay all the time. But first of all, they waste a lot. That's normal for sheep and goats. But he is working on a tray, a wooden tray to go on the bottom right here. Catch all the extra hay scraps and prevent them from carrying themselves up on the fence. And this is out of control. I need to get this done today. Whenever I am outside cleaning pens, you can bet your bottom dollar that Savi is going to be right there beside me as my little sidekick. She loves to play the game of chase the poop. Thank you so much for joining me in a week in my life. Opposite schedules, sickness, solo parenting, we made it through all the things. Winter is a time for rest, and I have a really hard time acknowledging that and really just allowing myself to slow down in that type of way. But since I will be having this baby right around mid-May, it feels like there's a lot of pressure to get things done on the farm that need to be done. Going into spring, I seem to get a lot of nesting energy towards the end of my pregnancies, and hopefully that's the case this time around too. And that is going to wrap up another week here on the homestead. And before you go, I would love if you would comment down below motivated with these repetitive weekly tasks, especially on weeks where you get thrown off due to sickness or just things out of your control. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more like it, I would really love if you would subscribe and ding that notification bell so that you can get notified every single time I post. If you would like to see more from me, please comment down below what you would like to see in the future. I'll see you in the next one.